Welcome back.
Thank you. Fresh off of you were at the Rage Against the Machine concert recently.
I was indeed, yes. It would have been last Tuesday, actually.
And that was good?
It was. It was a very good show.
Now you were at the one where not the one where he fucked up his leg. You were at the one where he's in the chair, right?
No, I mean this was literally the third concert of the reunion tour, right? So
Yeah.
it opened at Alpine Valley,
which is the one I wanted to go to
on that Saturday. And I've seen Rage at Alpine Valley, and
I was with you.
And okay. See, I don't remember much about it other than being like this close to the mosh pit.
Oh no, I was in the mosh pit.
I wasn't. I'm to be very clear. I was not. I've never been in a Rage mosh pit or any mosh pit for that matter. But that was the last time I saw them was at Alpine. So the first reunion show of this tour was at Alpine. Then show number 2 was at the United Center last Monday.
Yeah.
And that was when he screwed up his leg, Zach De La Rocha, early in the show.
Yeah, he jumped and something popped. Did they ever find out what's wrong with his leg?
I haven't heard. I haven't heard anything, as to just that his leg is injured.
We're all getting old when Zach De La Rocha can't jump anymore. Because he hasn't jumped in 10 years. The dude's probably been in his house playing Halo or something.
He's just amped up. Right. You're getting old, right? When you do your first jump on stage and you pull something.
And what's funny about it too? The length that he was laying there, because he conducts himself as this badass, talking shit. But when he got hurt, man, he was laying there in the fetal position for a long time.
He completely Peter Griffined it.
That's right. He's like,
yeah. So that next show was Tuesday, the next night, and I'm going.
Yeah.
I get the email from my boy, the text from my boy, Monday night, midnight, oh no, Zach messed up his leg.
Yeah.
And oh no. I'm like, we'll see what happens. I'm like, it's kind of hard to rage against the machine sitting down.
Exactly.
Right. But give him credit. He did the entire show seated.
Yeah.
Kind of sitting on an amp or something of that nature. And the way that the show was being filmed, it was kind of from underneath him looking up. So you really couldn't, if you were looking at the screen, you really couldn't tell he was seated.
Yeah.
They did a really nice job. And he was, animated and it was a fine show.
I was expecting him to be fuck this injury and just, not
I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's been 11 years since they performed together, right? And then they were supposed to have a reunion 2 years ago. It's been postponed 2 years because of COVID. I doubt if they're going to let an injury stop the shows, especially the Chicago shows, right? Basically,
dude, Tommy Lee breaks his ribs. All these people these tours that keep getting postponed, their first show's back, the guys are injured. What's going on?
Right. So
crazy.
They did the show and then they continued to do more shows. They're still going on. So I was wondering if they were going to bring out the old
the throne,
Dave Grohl throne, yes, right, and the
Axl Rose throne,
the Axl. Well, it was the Dave Grohl throne originally, right, and then he lent it to Axl, and then someone else used it too, and but no, he did it, and it was a great show.
Nice, yeah, I love Rage. I should have went, but then again, you know how it is. You and I have been getting free concert tickets our whole lives. It's hard to pay.
It's hard to pay.
And I know that sounds like an asshole thing to say, but it's if you and I were getting free chicken noodle soup our whole lives, and then one day out of nowhere, they're like, no, dude, it's $9 for a bowl. I'm like, what?
Well, guess we're not having chicken noodle soup anymore.
Guess we're having lobster bisque. It's true though. If you've always had something, and that's the one thing we've had because we've been in radio so long, we've always had free concert tickets. So if it's just not, but just not available.
It used to be before iTunes and streaming and Napster and Spotify and all that.
Yeah.
It was, oh, hey, can I get tickets to so-and-so? Yeah. How many you need?
Oh, yeah.
Right now, the only way these people make money is concerts and merchandise. So it's like, hey, got tickets to so-and-so? And they're like,
Not for you.
Nope. No.
However, we do have Hinder tickets if you want some.
So
like, you call about Ranger, like, no, but we have saliva tickets. Like, oh, great. We have a Dish Wallet. You want to see Dish Wallet? How about the Forge? Any show at the Forge? You can
dude, I can walk to the Forge from here. Yes, exactly.
Hey, Roker, I got the hookup at the Forge if you ever need anything.
Do you have the hookup at the Forge?
Yeah.
Well, let me know because I'm within walking distance. I'll meet you there.
Anything you need at the Forge, let me know.
There you go. And now for someone of my age, it's like, okay, who am I risking catching COVID to go see? Am I gonna risk COVID on this Lollapalooza lineup?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna.
For Rage.
If yes, but it's not worth it from like one of the guys from BTS.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not. Dude. If I caught COVID at Rage, right?
At least it's a badass story.
I'd be like, yeah, man, I went to Rage. And actually, one of the people that I was with caught COVID at Rage.
Oh, no.
I've tested negative. I've tested negative twice. By the way, my lovely wife, Claire, she had COVID last week.
Oh, no. And everyone's getting it right now.
Today, well, this strain is like a bitch. And so today was her first day back at work. So she was quarantined. She was in the basement for a week.
Is that her first time getting it?
It's her first time getting it. We went almost 2.5 years.
Wow.
Before.
And you didn't get it, huh?
So March, April, May, June, July. So we went 28 months without either one of us getting it.
Do you know your blood type?
Probably saturated at this point. I don't have my wallet on me, so I can't look at on the back of it.
Okay, because I have A positive.
Okay.
I've had COVID. I had COVID in November of 2020. Kathy, my girlfriend, has O positive. She's never had COVID. Most people I know with O positive, they don't get it.
Interesting.
So you should check, see if you have O positive. You might be one of those people. My little brother has never had COVID. And he's been around like hundreds of people with COVID all the time.
What's the universal donor? Do you remember what that
I think that's O positive. Or I'm not sure actually.
That might be what I am. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Whatever.
Had I known,
it's probably not even true. Actually,
had we show prepped and I knew that this question was coming up, I would have had my driver's license nearby, so I could have checked. But behind the scenes, I never know what we're going to talk about. For example, when we logged on today, and I saw at the top of the screen that, God forbid, Abe's sandwich was thrown in the garbage in front of him.
Yes.
The first thing I said to you was, "Oh my God, it's a national emergency. It's a tragedy." I just started laughing.
You're not going to believe this one.
Can't wait to hear this one.
You're not going to believe this. So I go to Potbelly. There's a Potbelly in my building where I work, right?
Yes.
And I love this Potbelly. My boy Brandon in there, I even know him. Nice. He even gives me the extra mayo. He calls it a mayo bomb. He wasn't making my sandwich. So, Potbelly now has the big sandwiches, right?
They've had them for a while, right?
Yeah.
I don't go to Potbelly that often, but yeah, they're like, are they called the bigs?
It's just called the big.
The big, okay.
It's much bigger than the original.
Gotcha.
So I order a big.
Yes.
And I'm looking at it, it's coming off the line. I'm like, it looks a little small. Again, like you just said, I don't go to Potbelly that often either. I'm like, I guess that's it, I guess that's it. They might
be downsizing.
Yeah, I'm like,
for inflation.
So this lady who made my sandwich, I can't tell you enough how perfect the way she made it. I said extra mayo. She hit it nice.
Okay, good.
Like,
good.
Beautiful.
Good.
Everything, everything I got, she did it perfectly.
Good.
And then I look at the line where the bread comes out and I see my same sandwich only like double the size. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like,
Oh no.
I think that's not, is that a big that you're making? And she's like, oh, and she got all mad. And then she took then she took out the other one. It's like, oh, I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't, how would I know? I told you I had the chicken, bacon, whatever, right?
So she was okay.
So she takes the other one, hands it to another person, and the other person makes that sandwich. And I see her take this perfectly made, beautiful sandwich, and she slams it into the garbage.
Wow.
Like, number one.
Wow.
And then guess what happened with the big sandwich? The other person making it wasn't done as nice. It wasn't perfect.
Well,
wasn't the right amount. Like, I would have rather ate that small sandwich the way she made it than the big one the way this other person made it. And when I tell you she slammed it in the garbage, it was like, I could see like the mayo flop in the air.
Which made it extra painful for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, I'm sure that I'm sure somebody out there listening has worked at a Potbelly. It's probably they have to make the sandwich over. They probably can't like give you the sandwich. They can't. I mean, they probably have to throw it in the garbage. It's probably regulation or whatever.
Well, you can't offer it to me?
I'm saying it's got to be some type of rule that they have.
Of all people, like a very important customer to your business.
But you still got a new sandwich, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't done perfectly. I can even tell the way they made it because this mayo and everything that she put on, everything she put on perfect.
It was, the next one was rushed.
It was
rushed.
And the person who made the other sandwich was in like good shape, so they don't understand when I say extra mayo. They just like to them extra mayo is like 2 squirts, like a slob making your sandwich. I'm not saying the girl was a slob. But
now, is there mayo like their mayo squeeze bottle? Is it like a single spout or is it like a cow's udders? It's got like 4.
Oh, like Quiznos?
It's got like 4 or 5 spouts on it.
Just one spout.
Yeah. Okay, so they actually have to put some effort into it to actually give you that extra mayo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a big, that ruined my whole day.
I'm sorry about that.
And then.
My wife had COVID. Did I mention that? Her entire week was ruined.
I can't imagine how big of a cocksucker you were acting towards her when she came home with COVID.
I was a sweetheart. I gingerly nursed her back health all week long.
Oh my God. Look at this. Hey, hang on. Let me call this dude out real quick. This number one, Dante. Dante 24. Let me guess. Pre-recorded with no interaction with the chat. Dante, what are you talking? We never pre-record this. This is always live.
We do it live.
What are you, nuts?
We do it live.
What are you talking about?
Dante, we do it live.
Dante, don't worry. We'll interact with the chat. We're still talking about this mayo.
We're trying to interact with each other right now. We haven't seen each other in a couple of weeks.
I haven't seen Roker in 2 weeks, man.
Hita, baby, chill. Just give us a second.
Yeah, Vito, let's do a quick check-in. Whoever's out here.
Gotcha.
Vito, what's going on? Look at Tomcat. Tomcat saying come on, bro. Dante, come on, bro.
No, let's not pile on now. Let's not pile on. It's all good.
So Roker, then I'm at another spot in the West Loop here. Have you ever been to Jubilee?
I have not been to Jubilee.
It's like they have like burgers, sandwiches, whatever.
Okay.
So I walk in there, and there's a huge sign that says "Order here." So I'm standing there for like 5 minutes. There's like 4 or 5 people behind the counter. 2 of them, one guy's talking to someone, like on the outside of the counter, by the pickup sign.
Right.
Another dude who doesn't speak the best English. He's staring at me on and off, like he's making eye contact, not making eye contact.
Right.
Then he looks up and he's like, "Oh, are you ordering?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I'll go down there." Now, don't forget, I'm where it says "Order here." Massive sign.
Right.
He's telling me to go to pick up here window. So I walk down there. And the dude who's talking to another person, he's like, "What are you trying to order?" I'm like, "Yeah, can I get?" And he goes, No. You see that big sign over there that says "Order here"? If they would have done this, you would have went nuts.
Well, I'm laughing because this is what being black is like. standing underneath the big order here sign and being ignored. That's what this happens to black people every day, all day.
Yeah, but Roker, the guy was black who did this to me.
That doesn't matter.
He'll do it to his own people.
No, don't matter.
So he's like, oh, you don't see that big sign that says order here? I'm like, yeah, I do see that because I was staying there for the last 5 minutes. That dude just told me to come down here. He goes, oh, that guy doesn't know anything. Like, why is he working there then? He should know more than me. So then I went back to the order here sign.
Yes.
And guess what happened? I still didn't get help.
Still didn't get the order.
So I just left and I ended up going to Buffalo Wild Wings.
See, they lost some good money.
That's what I'm saying. They lost a major client, me.
See, this is something that I've always said, where if you call someplace or whatever, you walk into someplace, you get an answer that you don't like, just ask somebody else.
Yeah.
Because you're likely to get a different answer.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just go by the answer that you like the best. Oh, no, he said it was okay. Oh, he said it was 2 for $1. Oh, he said order here, right?
Yeah.
Just ask somebody else. They'll give you a different answer.
That's like when I call about my cell phone, anything I'm trying to do. If I don't like the answer, I just hang up, act like I can't hear them, and then call back and get someone else. I do that every time.
Exactly. And now with in their defense, a little bit, with everybody being short-staffed, it's like everyone's like,
oh, no one gives a
fuck. I'll get to you when I get to you. Exactly. Yeah. It's almost like it's like, remember when Bluetooth first came out, and it's like people would have the Bluetooth in their ear and you would think that they were talking to you and they weren't.
Yeah.
That's how it is now at restaurants, because they got one person working the drive-through, same person's working the front counter. They're taking drive-through orders right in front of you, talking to you. You're trying to order. They're not even paying attention to you. They're doing something else. So that's how it is.
It's sad. And they don't even it's weird. They don't even care in a lot of these places. Like, they don't even want to help. It's like you stand there like an asshole now.
They're so understaffed, though. I can't even.
I understand that. Yeah.
I can't even imagine. My wife will tell me, it's like, oh, it's slow at work today. And I'm like, and there will be days, maybe even later on today, where you will be begging that it's slow.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So enjoy it when it's slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, even when I push carts at Walmart, like, as big of an asshole as I was, I would always at least say hi to people. Oh, hey, how you doing today?
You are have always been a friendly person. Yeah. You've always been a friendly person. And usually the cart pushers aren't in the best of moods.
No.
They're usually not in the best of moods.
We shouldn't have been either, because we were out there. Yeah. It was always like either snowing or 100 degrees out, and we're pushing, and there was no cart machine. These fuckers have cart machines now that pushes all the carts for them, not me.
A lot of places I see, it's like, and just people just leave carts everywhere. They just at least put assholes. The cart, dude. At least if you're taking the cart back to your car, at least put it in the little bin.
Oh,
don't just like
they can't
put
be
it in a parking spot next to you. Don't just leave it there. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah, they can't be bothered with that.
Come on, do your part.
Yeah, people are just scumbag. I mean, we're really at the worst. This is probably, of your lifetime, this has to be the worst time, right, that you've ever been around, just in general. As far as just courtesy? Just the way people are. Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, let's look at it. I mean, do people, we've got a whole generation of people that have grown up on not having to actually interact with anybody in person. So these are not going to be the best candidates for customer service. Yeah. Right? Yeah. When you grow up just having to stare into your phone or stare into your computer or play video games with a headset on, now you actually have to deal with somebody. It's not going to be a great experience. Jason checking in on YouTube. Popeyes didn't even acknowledge me. I stood there trying to order at the counter, but they were only taking delivery pickups. And this is my line that actually happened to me at Popeyes. We ain't got napkins. You obviously are not a veteran of Popeyes, because that's just Popeyes. That's just that has nothing. That's just Popeyes. That's Popeyes for the last 50 years. That's that's the way. Oh, by the way, and
may have been able to mention this a couple of weeks ago. Popeyes has the dirty rice back. Now, I don't know if the dirty rice is back for good or if it's just back because it's their 50th anniversary. But if you've been jonesing for the dirty rice,
do they call it dirty rice?
Get it? Well, they call it Cajun rice. They call it Cajun rice. It used to be called dirty rice, but I guess the marketing and PR people changed it along the way.
Like, hey, this rice that looks like a bunch of shit. We shouldn't call it dirty.
Well, it was Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits, right? But now it's Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen, right? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Is that what they're called now?
Yeah, Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen.
Oh, briefly bringing back the Cajun rice.
Okay, so it is for a limited time. So if you're jonesing for it, get it while the getting's good.
Let's see. It doesn't say how long. Yeah. Is it that good even?
It is. I mean, it's not as good as it was 10 years ago when it was all nice and greasy and really, really spicy. They probably are using like canola oil or coconut oil or something, whatever. It's probably got like ground turkey in it now or something. I don't know.
Exactly. But turkey necks.
Better than nothing. If maybe Arby's will have an anniversary soon and they can bring the curly fries back. I mean, bring the potato cakes back for a minute.
Come on, man. What are you doing? The potato cakes were the second, that's my favorite thing at Arby's. What's going on?
You know what? You'd always get the potato cakes. No matter what you got at Arby's, you always get a potato cake. Always.
Do you dip them in horsey sauce? That's what I would do.
I would usually put some in the Arby's sauce. I would take the Arby's sauce. Oh, you do a mix. I would take the Arby's sauce and go around the triangle with it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I do a little art project.
Yeah.
And then I'd have a little Arby's sauce in every bite.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well,
not anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I like the beef and cheddar. It's called Red Ranch sauce. Because I remember we had this conversation. People think that's Arby's sauce. It's not.
It's different.
It's a sweet. It's like a French dressing kind of.
Okay.
Look at you and my mom are on the same page.
There we go.
She was wondering if they were going to bring back the Arby's potato cakes, and then out of nowhere you said it.
It would be nice if they did.
I remember and the stuff people have to deal with, like 99-cent Whoppers. How crazy those Burger Kings used to be. I don't remember bad service back then. I remember even at Burger King, it used to be good service. Do you think people just took more pride in those jobs back then, or?
Yes, and then but we probably were complaining about the service then, right? It's the old story. It's the good old days, right? You never realize the good old days. These will be the good old days one day.
Yeah.
Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
Right? These will be the good old days one day. So
if you think about this whole era, like the last 3 years have been COVID. Just think about how weird these last 3 years have been, just in general. Like, do you remember getting food in the first year of COVID? How crazy it was. Now everything's like wide open again.
We were wiping down the mail, wiping down the food, wiping down the package, wiping down the container the food was in.
Yeah.
Everything. I mean, I know a lot of people that got a lot of Grubhub points and Instacart points over that first year plus.
Tomcat checking in. He's saying Chick-fil-A is the new standard. Chick-fil-A and Culver's have great service.
I've never had bad service. I've never had bad service at Chick-fil-A. Never.
I did the one down here, but then
they rectified it, right?
With two free meals, which was crazy.
Exactly.
Which was great. I'll take bad service every day if I get now 2 free meals instead. It's great.
Some people are like, "Oh, well, would you do this for $1 million?" No, man. Abe's like, "Yeah, I'd do it for 2 free meals."
Exactly.
I'll take bad service for 2 free meals.
Yeah. People are such liars about everything. Like I was talking about today, how like people are always like, "God, I wouldn't bang J-Lo. She's annoying." Like people who say that, but then you look at their wife and it's like Mama Fratelli from the Goonies or whatever.
That's That's A-Rod who's saying it.
Exactly. But like, what you wouldn't do for $1 million? Like, oh, would you do this for $1 million? No way.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. If someone had a case, I would love. This would be the greatest game show ever. What would you do for $1 million? But they actually have the $1 million right there. Can you imagine that game? It would be awesome.
Yeah, it would be interesting because now people wouldn't do it. People wouldn't do it for, well, it's these game shows now. I mean, when I grew up, it was like the $10,000 pyramid, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was like somebody won $10,000 like once every 6 months. It was like the biggest thing ever. Now it's like I'm watching like Beat Shazam, and it's like they're missing every question.
Beat Shazam? What the fuck is that? Is that on the game show now?
You don't.
What is that?
You haven't seen that?
No.
It's hosted Jamie Foxx and his fine daughter, and it's Beat Shazam. You know Shazam on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Yeah, I've seen that.
So they'll play a song, and you've got to guess the name of the song. It's a summer show. All they have on in the summer are game shows now, by the way.
Well, Press Your Luck is back.
Yeah, Press Your Luck's been back for years.
It's great.
For like 3 years. I mean, I was a huge $10,000 pyramid fan growing up. Huge. 10, 20, 25,000. Huge. I have the home version of and it says you can play the 10, the 25, or the $100,000 pyramid right in the comfort of your own home, right? I would give back rubs like Dick Clark. I was huge into it. So the fact that now that Michael Strahan is the host of the pyramid is as offensive to me as that sandwich getting thrown out in front of you.
I saw it when I was watching Press Your Luck.
I refuse. I refuse.
What is it, the lisp? The lisp that you can't deal with?
Oh, I wanted to be a game show host when I was a kid. But there are fewer game show hosting jobs than there are radio gigs.
Not anymore. God. Put on that game show network. Every shitty show. Can you imagine the show they would give you, though?
But now but that's the thing. It's like I grew up in the era of game show hosts. People were game show hosts.
Yeah, like Wink Martindale.
Now Carlton from Fresh Prince is a game show host.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Elizabeth Banks hosts Press Your Luck.
Yes, the chick from Zach and Miri Make a Porno is a game show host. And I can't be a game show host. I had it down. I had it down to a T. My wife will tell you, don't ever come over. You and Kathy never come over for game night because I take it really seriously. Really seriously. You have to bring lottery tickets. You have to buy scratch offs and bring those and we use those as prizes.
Wait, each person brings a lottery ticket?
You bring lottery tickets, and then when you win when you win the game, if you get like the top of the pyramid, you get a lottery ticket.
Wow, I like this.
See, so you really could win $25,000.
I like that.
See?
Has anyone ever won?
No, well, I'm like $5 or like a free ticket or something like that. Yeah, that's about it.
You know what's funny?
We all have a good time, but it's very tough for me to watch. Very tough for me to watch the game shows of today.
You should try to. Why don't you do your own game show from your house?
I could do that.
Yeah,
is there a kit that I need to buy, or how do I go about doing this?
Well, there's a lot of old folks around there, right? Like, just start interviewing them or something. Like, have them fight each other.
I'm sorry. Should I just like have bingo in the community house?
Yeah, why not?
Got to start somewhere.
Or do Squid Game with them or something. hey, meet me in the community house. You guys want to play dominoes? When you pull a gun out. Sorry. I was watching Press Your Luck, and the original. You ever see that guy who won all that money on Press Your Luck? The guy who studied the tapes.
Yeah, you've seen that documentary?
I saw a video about the guy.
Yeah, there's a whole documentary about the guy who
He's dead, by the way.
The guy who won.
Yeah, the guy who studied the tapes.
Okay. Also, the original host of Press Your Luck, Peter Tamarkin, is dead as well.
Yeah.
He committed suicide. So did Ray Combs, the person who took over for.
Well, he had a car crash.
No, he didn't. He committed suicide.
No, he had a car crash before, and then he was off Family Feud. He was hosting some other show, and then after that is when he committed suicide.
Gotcha. But he committed suicide either way. But
maybe game show hosting isn't what it's all cracked up.
What it's all cracked up to be. But hey, Bob Barker's still alive and kicking. He's like 98.
How's he alive?
Did you see him? He's had a perpetual tan for like 60 years. He's Bob Barker, dude. He's awesome.
You've seen this guy, right? This Michael Larson guy.
That's the guy. I've seen the documentary. There's a whole documentary on it where he had the whole thing timed.
Oh yeah,
he studied it and had the whole thing timed.
Yeah, and he realized that there's only like 6 or 7 different like ways it goes.
And now it's obviously not like that anymore.
No.
And here's the thing about like Press Your Luck now. It's like you could have like $100,000 worth of stuff. And if there's 30 minutes to go on the show, guess what? You ain't holding on to it.
Oh yeah.
Right? So
yeah, exactly.
You might as well pass and let them get bankrupt. Do they still have like they still doesn't come out and do Culture Club and stuff? Do you really want to hurt me or whatever? They've at least
I only saw the one episode,
things, right?
That was awesome though.
Updated the whammies.
The whammies look pretty old actually still.
Well, you want your whammies. They're being very specific in trying to make these games look, because they're going for the nostalgia demo, right? They're going for the people who watched those shows back in the 80s and in the 70s. So they gave, so they're trying to make Match Game look exactly like Match Game. They gave, and my guess is Alec Baldwin probably not back for the next season.
Yeah, I'm going
to my guess.
I'm sure the investigation is still underway.
But maybe that's my opportunity. Maybe that's my honestly send in my demo tape for Match Game.
You should send in that tape of you doing the what was it? What you were talking about? Newt Rockney or something?
Do one for the Gipper. The greatest link or the whatever it is.
What do you say again?
It was
do
the
one for the Gipper.
Yeah, win one for the Gipper speech.
The way you did it was awesome. But hey, what did you do? Right? It's like they say, they interview 10 people, right? One guy wears a suit, he gets the job.
Right.
You got interviewed for that documentary. You put effort into it, right? You were animated, and then you're all over the documentary.
Right. And then I'm in next thing I know, I'm in 6 episodes.
These other assholes come in
I'm like, me again? I was no one was more surprised than I was.
Do one for the Gipper.
And I wonder if I could find those things on ESPN Plus. I wonder if they're on there because the show literally aired on ESPN Classic.
Give that link.
It was filmed in low definition.
I feel like watching that again.
I think I finally because my wait a minute. I thought I had closed it out of my.
You haven't put it in our little chat here so I can pull it up.
Okay, hold on.
Our little private chat thing.
Our little secret chat. Here we go.
Where we say,
hey, what up?
Shh. I'm like, shh, it's me. Walker, it's just me. Shh. Shh.
Your mom commented about she made $2 an hour, and now they're making $15 an hour and getting a college
McDonald's
education. Dude, I remember. I remember when I was growing up, it was $3.35 an hour, and I got offered $4.50 an hour. I'm like, where do I sign?
Oh yeah,
where do I sign?
What's the timestamp on here, Roker? Again, do you remember?
It's probably. Was it queued up? Is it queued up?
No, this starts
in each
the
show,
beginning.
we'll connect sports icons who, on the surface, appear to be miles apart, and then we'll challenge you, the viewer, to find the missing link that connects them. Legendary coach Newt Rockney and
Oh,
legendary
probably
dope
it.
John Rocker.
We're going to get him on a run. We're going to go.
This Notre Dame coach remains the symbol of college football's spiritual essence and mythical lore, while the words of this former Braves reliever insulted an entire city.
This guy said specifically, New York stinks, and here's why. And what he said and what came out of his mouth was horrible.
Newt Rockne and John.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Look at how young Jay Moore looked.
Now he's with Jeannie Buss, which is crazy.
Is he really?
Good
Oh,
evening.
yeah.
Father Bush explore the
He's been dating Jeannie Buss for a while.
Wow.
It's crazy. Where the hell are you? I forgot.
I think. Well, that's
Do one
clearly
for the
not.
Gipper.
That's clearly not.
7 races in 1 year when they only
career took flight. Reagan
Oh,
was
here we
to his
go.
team.
Here we go.
His life was immortalized in the film Newt Rockne All-American, in which the coach, played by Pat O'Brien, gives an inspiring halftime
Here we
speech
go.
to his team.
Sometime when the team is up against it and the brakes are beating the boys,
Tell them to go out there with all they've got and win just one for the Gipper.
Rockne was invoking
are beating the boys.
Tell them to go out there with all they've got.
I love the way you said there. Go out there.
Yeah. Look at the intensity in that
Tell them to
face.
go out there with all they've got and win just one for the Gipper.
Rockne
Dude, and then the little lean back at the end.
It was great.
Dude, like
Go
I
out
nailed the
there
dismount.
with all they've got and win just one for the Gipper.
Rockne was
And then
invoking
you give that fuck you face as you pull back. Like, what do you think of that, bitch?
Take that,
Are beating the boys.
Jim
Tell
Litty.
them to go out there with all they've got and win just one for the Gipper.
Rockne was invoking
What's that show called again?
That's the missing,
Missing
link.
Link.
It was called the missing link.
Yeah, Missing Link. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
ESPN
Yeah.
Classic back when that was a thing.
ESPN. I used to love ESPN Classic because I'm
Me
like,
too.
oh, these are better than what's going on right now. Better than the 2001 Cubs and White Sox.
Hey, for all you kids out there, that's a great little piece of advice. If you have any opportunity, pounce on it. Pounce
That's it.
on the opportunity.
That's it.
You can end up like Roker, where you're on this TV show.
That no one remembers.
It
or
doesn't
saw.
matter.
But
Hey.
right, exactly.
That could have led you to a whole career in, doing the talking head shit.
I should have. I wish.
You were good too.
I could have been. It could have been
played by Pat O'Brien,
Greeny and Smitty.
Yeah,
inspiring halftime
you
speech
still could.
to his team.
Sometime when the team is up against it and the brakes are beating the boys,
Tell them to go out there with all they've got
There you
and
go.
win just one for the Gipper.
There you go.
That face.
Potential employers. There you go for your consideration. Right there.
What are you
Consider-
nuts?
Consider
You guys
that
nuts? You don't want this?
you know what? Look at that grit teeth.
Those are nice teeth.
When I had
Great
them,
intensity.
yeah.
You have it all.
No gray hairs yet.
You can't really tell anyway the way you get lined up.
Well,
Man,
I-
look
I
at this
look-
guy.
I look good in standard definition.
This is 14 years ago. You were just a young twink back here.
Oh my goodness.
Wait a minute. You were
I would have been
like
40,
40 then?
41.
Wait, hang on. You were I turned 41 August 4th. You're telling me you were my exact age in this video? That's awesome.
Dude, Claire and I came across a box of old photos the other day, and I swear to God, we were 25 years old,
And you
we
look 50?
We look like we are the age we are now is how we looked when we were 25. It was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life. We were, oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, you used to have that square haircut.
Dude, and I had square glasses, and
Yeah.
I wish I had remembered to I'll bring it next week. It was ridiculous.
Didn't you only wear like slacks back then? You didn't own jeans or something?
No, I went through a phase. I went through a people gotta start taking me more seriously phase. So I would wear collared shirts and slacks and had a briefcase. Bring that into work. A briefcase.
Where would you bring the briefcase?
Bring the briefcase into work. It worked.
Oh,
I became a grizzled. I became a veteran of the establishment.
hey, you have to respect someone walking around with a briefcase no matter what.
Exactly.
To this day.
Exactly. That person means business. He's important. You have nothing in it.
Oh yeah, except a tape recorder.
Right? It's exactly. Bring a briefcase to the job interview.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Then they think you're important. Well, whoa. What's this? Who's this dude with the briefcase?
Exactly.
Oh, that's Ken Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Man, is that the guy I saw in the missing link in 2008? So I was working with you when you did that because that was 2008. We were working Q101 at the time. I think I remember.
That was post Q101 because that was.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
that was
like July 06 that we.
Oh yeah. Okay, so 2008. Yeah. So how did you even get that again? You just some random person? It's like, hey, you want to be on the missing link?
No, I'll tell you exactly how it is. They wanted Mancow to do it.
Oh, and then they're like, oh, you'll do it.
And Mancow's like, I don't know anything about sports. Go do the,
You're like, I do.
I'm like, sure. And then I did it. And then Chet Kopic was supposed to come in behind me, and he was late. So they just kept asking. So I ended up doing like 10 different things. I was sitting there for like an hour and 15 minutes.
Sometime when the team is up against it and the breaks are beating the boys,
Tell them to go out there with all they've got and win just one for the Gipper.
The intensity.
It's a damn shame there aren't still ringtones, isn't it?
This is your greatest.
Look at that intensity. Look at that.
This is your greatest performance since It's a Slippery Slope in Death Wish.
That's exactly right.
By the way, do you still get those $11 checks for Death Wish? I just got.
Yes, I just cashed one. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I just got one for like $9.
Yep. Oh yeah, I just deposited that bad boy about 3 days ago. Dude, it's a slippery slope. Cha-ching, $8.
Hey, remember your press photo that said it's a slippery slope?
Oh. Hilarious. And it was a slippery slope. We were fired like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, exactly.
The station changed formats like 2 weeks later. It's like literally 1 minute we're doing the premiere of Death Wish.
Yeah, next week we're like, oh, hey guys.
2 weeks later, it's like, oh yeah, scram.
Yeah,
clean out your mailbox, clean out your desk.
It's like when Joe Pesci walks in that basement to get made. He's like,
oh no, yeah. Yeah, we walked into work that day and they had, plastic lining down on the floor. Like,
well, it didn't help that when we woke up that morning, it was in the newspaper that the Loop is about to flip formats at 10 a.m.
Always
today.
the fuck? Now that Robert Feeder's retiring,
yeah.
Where are radio people going to know that they're fired before?
Yeah, they won't find out now until they actually get fired.
Yeah, before their boss tells them they're fired.
Exactly.
And you know that the bosses are leaking it to Feeder on purpose so that they don't have to tell people that they're fired. Exactly.
The best was when the 87.7 The Game went under and then Feeder reported it, and they talked about it on air.
I hope Quiggs is listening because that's one of my favorite clips ever.
And he's like, sorry. He's
like, sorry. Like,
I should have told you.
I should have said that. I should have said. And I'm not laughing. Even though you're not laughing, Quiggs, I'm laughing with you. I'm not laughing at you.
Yeah. Because
I just know. I know. It's like there's nothing you can do about it. There was nothing you could do about it.
Yeah. He's like, what I don't know what we're supposed to do. I don't know where we go from here.
Oh.
He's like, what are we supposed to do here? So what we're talking about is actually Roker and I both worked at this radio station. It was a sports station called The Game. And Hang on.
We had some great shows on there.
We were just told that we're all out of work in a month and a half on Twitter.
On Twitter.
How is that possible? I mean, what are we doing around here?
Quickly.
That's crap.
This is just brilliant.
I had respect for our bosses until about 5 minutes ago. They have not even come in the room yet to say anything. Sorry, guys, that you had to find out this way. We were just told that we're all out of work in a month and a half on Twitter.
On Twitter.
How is that possible? I mean, what are we doing around here?
Looking quickly.
There's not a
I had
hole
respect for
that he
our
could crawl
bosses
into.
until
That's,
about
that's big enough.
Classic. That's classic. Yeah, all these videos are always. Oh, here's the full
He's
video.
like, oh, well,
I haven't been told anything until I saw it. GN perspective. All the moves are being
I want to go to where he apologized.
WMVP who brought Brandmeier and Meyer to us. February
5. Let's talk about things.
Roker, weren't you working for Brandmeier at the time?
yeah, dude, I was doing sports for Brandmeier in the morning.
It's like, what did you like? Could you? I mean, here's the thing. Okay, let's start with me, okay? Because my journey has been bumpier than yours. Okay, let me go through my whole radio career. Okay,
All right.
from 01 till 06, I was at Q101. I got fired from Q101. The whole show got let go. Right.
Right.
Then I went to Richmond.
Well, most of the show.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Wait, no, I forgot a spot. Then I got hired in Miami. When I was 25, I moved to South Beach. I got a jet ski as part of my contract. What an asshole.
Those were the days.
They gave me a jet ski. So I got fired from that job. I was working with these old dudes that were like in Hawaiian shirts. And I'm telling you, every day I was like, oh, God, if I have to hear these guys talking, it was horrible. That's the only job I actually got like lost. That wasn't like because of either a format flip,
Right.
or so that job they actually let me go. Then I was doing mornings with Sludge in Richmond. They got rid of all their morning rock shows because they put Bubba the Love Sponge on. I lost that job. Then I hosted my own show on Howard Stern's Sirius channel. After 3 years, they got rid of all live programming. I lost that job. Then I think is that when we did the game thing? No.
Well, the game didn't come along until maybe 2012. Around 2012, maybe?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay,
No,
yeah.
2011?
I was on that WGN FM too. Okay, so I was doing that in the game. Okay, yeah. We lost that job, format flip. Then I went to the Loop, and that religious station bought the Loop.
Right.
Lost my job there. Then I was at KQX and hosting mornings in Indianapolis at the same time, and I got let go because of COVID. Like every job has been bullshit.
Dude, every radio exec is like, thank God for COVID. We finally were able to get rid of everybody.
Exactly.
We've been trying to, COVID did for us what we've been trying to do for 20 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Get rid of everybody.
Yeah, COVID was a great excuse. Like, hey, oh, great. Bye. But yeah, I mean, you've had less jobs. You don't have as many like stories like that. Because you worked like many years in each spot, which is better.
Oh, I essentially went from 1986 to 2006 without being fired.
Which is great.
Since 2006, not
it's
so much.
It's been a shit show.
But, oh, yeah. Oh, man. Made up for lost time.
Thank God for this.
Tell them to go out there.
That's right.
With all they've got and win just one for the Gipper.
Luckily, I've been at Rock 95.5 almost 2 years now.
Nice.
So
nice.
I think
congratulations on that.
Congratulations on 2 years.
I know that really came out. That sounded really bad. That sounded so.
You always just assume they're going to be like, all right, you know, take him out, use his head to open the door, open the door with his head.
I truly did mean congratulations on that. It just came out. It just came out the way everything comes out now.
It's hard for me not to sound like an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't not sound like an asshole.
Oh.
Well, I think your greatest performance was on Missing Link.
Unfortunately, nobody saw. Make sure that you grab a chainsaw on the way out the door. At least.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right. Which won't be for many, many years, but you know.
That's right.
Make sure you grab a parting gift as we bring it back around to game shows.
We should every job we lost, we should have stole something on the way out.
Maybe we did. Maybe we did. Who knows?
Like, what are they going to do to you? Like, if you lose your job and you steal stuff, like, what? All you have to say is, "I didn't take it."
Don't know what you're
even if you're
about.
on camera. Even if you're on camera taking it.
Wasn't me.
I didn't walk out with it. And they show you walking your car with it.
Wasn't me.
That's a problem with cameras. You can't lie anymore. No matter what you say, like, well, we have a camera of you taking it. Then we have a camera of you in your car. We have a camera of you putting it in your car.
Walking out of the station with it, going to the parking garage, opening your trunk.
Exactly.
You looking back to see if anybody would want it.
You selling it to someone out on the street. Here's the Craigslist ad that you set up that day.
We bought it back on eBay from you.
Exactly. Here's Patrick Berger buying it back from you. Here's Vic Drescher trying to buy the microphones back. Let's end this with let's end with a bang today. Let's just there's only one way we could go out here.
When the team is up against it and the breaks are beating the boys,
Tell them to go out there with all they've got and win just one for the Gipper.
God, that's classic. I've never seen a young man like that.
Look at what 15 years has done to me. Beat me down.
You look about the same.
Oh, I try. Look.
The funny part is that,
dude, that totally could be with the teeth, grit teeth. That could end up being a meme.
The funny part to me is that I'm the same age as this guy here. This is me and Roker the same age. Doesn't that show you how long? Like, just think about your life, right? Like, I'm 40, right? So I've now been working in radio longer than I wasn't because I started when I was 19.
Right.
And you've definitely been like 2/3 of your life that you've been working like that.
Yeah. All of a sudden, 1986 was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Well, think about this too. This video is from 14 years ago. And it might as well have been 50 years ago, right? You don't remember this, right? I mean, this seems forever ago, right? It's only 14 years ago.
Yeah, it's a blur. I wouldn't have been able to tell you had you not pulled it up and it had the date on it. I wouldn't have been able to tell you when it was recorded. I really wouldn't have. I may have recorded it in 2007. Who knows? It aired in 2000.
With all they've got and win just one for the Gipper.
That face, that look like you're just the big like you just flopped your dick on the table,
dude. That is just mic drop, the whole 9 yards there. Before mic drops.
It win one for the Gipper.
All
right, well, we're out of here.
See you next Tuesday.